Greetings guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette and this is my channel Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath and I am so grateful that you invited me into your homes today to do a little of the work that we are called to do. Welcome back guys. I'm going to do a little something different here for you. Still have my country theme because I have some other country work that we're going to channel. And under the theme of doing things down home and a little different and getting back to our roots, I thought that instead of a regular reading that I would do a candle reading for you. So I have my handy dandy candles here, and just to walk you through, candle readings can happen in a couple of different ways. You can read the flames of a candle that you have lit on like a novena, you know, those candles that would be inside of the glass. So that's something that you can do. You can read the wax imprints as the candle evaporates and it goes down. I have a video up here from many years ago where I did that and got fantastic intel and information from that. Or you can read wax that's dripped onto a plate or in a bowl with water. It doesn't always have to be water, that's a safety measure, but I find that you get better floating shapes. And so what this is really challenging you to do is to push your intuition to its furthest regions so that you're outside of just the box of the cards or the images or the oracles. Those are really wonderful safety nets, but one of the things that I encourage you guys to do is really get in touch with your intuition because it will really serve you. What that means is that you may not always have those tools at hand, and as I joke with my friends and family, the world is my tarot card. So I'm literally reading everything. I read a t-shirt, I read a picture, I read a picturesque, a live action mountainscape when I'm taking in vistas, when I'm traveling. I read the waves in the water when I'm on a cruise, the animal totems that come in and out, the clouds that form. Now these are all things that when you're in your inner child self and you're younger is the norm. It's the norm to find wonderment and messages in every single thing, but it's something that we get out of as we age and grow up. And so I thought this would be a really cool way to kind of get back into a thing that is all about the cups, which is our emotions and our intuition. So the cups would be in the suit of tarot, but I'm asking you to get into it in a way that gets you back into this kind of more narrow view, in the best way, a narrow view in the best way of what your intuition can do. Let your imagination run wild. Now, what I will tell you is that some of the, I'm going to turn off my fan here because I would like no interruptions and no fast dripping wax situations happening here. So pardon me guys, let's see if I can reach this without. Okay, alright. No interruptions, no fast dripping wax situations. So, now that we've got that, we've got candles. I've got a glass plate. I've got a paper plate underneath it. I have my water, and we are going to pour some water into the plate. Do it so that it's not a mess for you in any capacity. To clean up, enough to just float so that you can get some messages out of it. Perfect. And then we're going to get to it. I'm just going to light some incense. Pardon me, guys. As I reach for my cauldron, I always keep a cauldron nearby. The cauldron I have several uses for it, and I have a small one that I travel with. But this one is for ancestor money burning when I'm honoring my ancestors. So it's a nice, safe place. It's a big metal thing that could really be on an open fire if need be. What I'm going to do is light one of my favorite incenses, which is rope incense, guys. It's a nice, low, slow burn. Wonderful fragrance. In case you guys are averse to incense, I would highly suggest you try the rose incense from India. I get it shipped in bulk to me. That's one of my favorites. Charcoal for outside. Charcoal does not do well with our internal ventilations, and we don't want to set off the fire alarm in my place. So I'm going to put this inside of the ancestor cauldron, and maybe that'll activate some other messages here for us today. So Because the candles that I chose today were black, then we're going to talk about either spiritual attack or whatever comes out. I mean, tomato, tomato. I say one thing, they always have a different idea. So it's as simple as beginning to light your candle. Now, because this is an intuitive thing, this is not something that I can show you. Some of the readers that I have enjoyed, that I have watched do this, just have the view on the camera. But you know how it is important for us to connect. That's my mandate while I'm on this YouTube streets, while I'm out in these YouTube streets, is to actually connect with you. So let's get into what this candle work tells me that it wants to do. Bullseye. And a separation. Feel free to speed this up until I get into the messages. I don't know when they're going to start in a deeper way for me. They want you to keep going with something that you have been working on. Something that you've been working on that you think isn't going to make a difference. It's going to have far-reaching effects. That's one of the things that's coming up here. What I'm seeing here, what they're channeling for me, are mangroves from the Keys. And they're saying it starts with one offshoot and an island breeze. Something is a breeze. Something needs to be done, but you're building an island in the sun, island in the streams. That is what we are. After emotional separation, they're asking you not to drift off far. This is about also losing a loved one too. And whatever that means. It doesn't always mean death. But one of the things that I am channeling here is for someone who was bereft because of a unaliving. We can't say the word on YouTube. Someone in their family, someone has had someone in their family unalive themselves. And they are dealing with an anniversary or an upcoming remembrance of this thing. This ancestor is popping in, and it's interesting because while I'm not a medium, what I see is this energy of them saying, I see the family, and there's something about things that are drifting. But they're bringing it back together. Things are going to be full circle. And I know that that's a really interesting thing to channel, because I'm even hearing whomever is watching that this will resonate with say, how can it be back together if they've gone away, right? But they are saying that there is still work to do, and they are in the midst of you. That's what I'm hearing. So that's for whoever that is for. I'm channeling a nursery rhyme. One fish, blue fish, one fish, blue fish, red fish, new fish. New relationship, tribes, soul tribes are forming. Pangea, that's what they're showing me here. Okay, I get it with the drift too. So Pangea, they're saying that things are reformulating. There are tectonic plates that are shifting, and there are new, that's what the island was about with the mangroves. There are new relationship dynamics that are forming in soul tribes that are going to be that will have moorings, 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 I believe that means to be anchored in. So this is going to be something that will stick and that is not going to be laborious or tedious for you to put the work into to make it grow, is what they're saying. They said that that's something that they want you to know. They said they are not playing, but they said that when the drift happens, it happens so slow until you're standing on different continents before you know. That's what I just heard. And so it's alarming because you're looking over at Soul Tribe members that you used to know that are no longer. The Pangea drift is happening. There's a new continent forming, and this is for new lessons to come in. Some of you guys have been praying for Soul Tribe after a lot of hermiting. I know this message is this is triangulation. What about triangulation? Okay, the air, my AC just turned on, so the wind is blowing, which is making a different reading. So I'm going to be proceeding, they said. What else do they need to know? One drop at a time to make it grow. There's also something with a workplace dynamic here. This is for people that are still working in offices and are proving themselves in corporate spaces. So what I'm seeing here is that there are new alliances forming. I'm right under the drift of my AC. Well, angels, help me channel this. There are new alliances that are forming. And also new people that you're going to be actually called to work with, even though it makes you uncomfortable. There's something about that. Some of you guys may be pushed or called to interact with or work with people that make you uncomfortable and that actually give you the the ick, or they put your hackles up. Crescent moon. Things are not fully known to you. There's a purpose for this new realignment. There's a purpose also for Pangea. There's also something here about someone's four-legged friend. There's a dog energy that's coming in, Fido, specifically. That's so interesting. It's not that the dog's name is Fido, but I'm seeing a dog. This is not a dog with like floppy ears. This is a dog with pointy ears. So this would be, I don't know dog breeds, guys. German Shepherd, some kind of wolf breed, or Dachshund. No, it's not Dachshund. There's one that they want me to say, and it's like right on the tip of my tongue. But in any case, there's something to do with an animal case. What I'm hearing here is there's something going on regarding splitting of animals, regarding a relationship. There's a big deal about that, actually. And yep, as I'm saying that, the candle begins to drip, drip more. There's a big deal about that. There's something that has to do with the splitting of the animal, and what are you going to do? Even as I'm talking, the air has cut off, and so I'm getting a better channeling for you. But this is causing a lot of like frustration. So there's like a pet parent fight here, which this is not something that I would channel, guys. So this is very interesting to me about the custody of said animal. So let's see what else there is to see. There's a win for somebody. There's a win for somebody here. There's a win in an area that you've been putting in, whether this is for work or project or something that you've invested time and energy in. For you, there is a win. I literally have a W, a win coming in for you. I wonder, someone wonders where you are. Someone wonders where you are because you separated, and you are far. You are separated and you are far. And this is, again, something about international connections, okay? Because of the Pangea reference. So this is not for my stateside folks. I'm here. I guess I wonder where you are. I'm just gonna let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. That song. Look up the lyrics to that song. That's what I'm channeling here with that. I'm seeing another puppy. This is wild. Another puppy, and this one does have floppy ears, and it's a black and white puppy, very specifically. Okay, guys. Let's see if there's anything else that they need to know, because we're getting low on the candle, and I'll have to light another one. Okay. When you're dealing with, there is something regarding, again, a family dynamic where you are being asked to do a little. I'm hearing a little dab will do you. I'm hearing that a little bit at a time will do you. They're wanting you not to put in all of your love and energy. There's also a lesson here about withholding. That's so specific. There's a black moon in Lilith is what I'm channeling here too. There's an inverse flip that you are being called to do, meaning if you have been in the giving state, they want you to make sure that you are getting food on your plate. This is a definite flip for an empath and the empath collective. They said that you do it the best, kid, or you've done it the best, kid, and they see you, but they said you can't leave this earth without doing the work we've called you to do, which is not to always be in the state of giving. It is to be in the state of receiving too. This is going to be the challenge for you. They're saying as this year goes on, as it stretches out, as Pangea rearranges, as new things and tribe members come about, they ask you not to diminish your capacity to love in the way you incarnated, because that's the way it was meant to be, but they're asking you to put reins on your generosity. Yeah, they're asking you to put reins on your generosity because you deserve reciprocity. That part. It's so interesting because as my candle is coming to the end here, guys, I'll have to put it down because my nails will soon become one with it, and that is a reading I don't think that you guys want to see. I'm actually going to put it out. And you just dip that in the water, and I set it to the side. I'll do another one. I think there's a little bit more, but I'm called right now to pull in Callie. I had flipped through some cards before, and Callie had been sitting out. I mean, I'm often informed by whatever I'm supposed to be working through and channeling for you. And I shuffled her, and she wanted to stay out because she kept popping back up. The mother of the universe, I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. Goddess Kali, an Indian goddess. Okay? Let's finish up one more candle here. And I'll just stop in between just so that you can see. It's not exactly magic if I can do this without spilling. Let's see. You guys see that? So that's what I'm reading, right? To the naked eye, and even to me, it doesn't look like much of anything. But I try to have clarity and ask if I'm seeing correctly what they're wanting me to see. Angels, let's finish up this reading for the collective so that we can let them go and be free. New candle lit. Let's see what else comes out. I'm going to turn the plate to the side that is pretty empty. They want you to become like a mushroom. I see some distinctive mushrooms growing. What comes to mind is the life cycle of mushrooms and how mushrooms are their own ecosystem. This is about incubating and keeping close to you what you are working on and what you are building. You contain everything you need. I'm hearing mycelium. You contain everything you need to grow your dream or your passion. I'm hearing you already know. Someone's uncle's dealing with kidney stones. This is an uncle, grandfather, a father, a masculine. Cisgendered male specifically is dealing with kidney stones. Someone has to cut out the cokes, diet cokes, too. This may not even be the grandfather I'm chilling. This could very well be some of you that are watching the collective. There's a kidney cleansing. What's going on with the kidneys? Heavy lifting, lower back pain, feeling stressed out regarding money, as well as coming through. You're not feeling supported in the work that you do or in the family or the household that you're in very specifically. So it's manifesting as lower back pain. They're showing me the kidneys. So there's a few messages here. Take it as it resonates. But what I'm seeing specifically is that you're in financial despair, or there's a feeling of financial despair for some of you watching, and you don't feel supported. That's manifesting in the lower back. And so there is a cleansing and a releasing and some grounding work that needs to be done about that, because you haven't been opening your throat chakra. They're showing me the larynx now and the thyroid very specifically. They said you haven't been opening up your throat chakra to speak and to set yourself free. Some of you guys have already learned this lesson. This is very specific to the thyroid. Now what's so funny is when people get mad at me and they want to fight me on the YouTube streets, they're like, "Have that goiter on your neck." Y'all, it's just fat. So I have been checked so many times for my thyroid the way that I would have wished that it was just my thyroid. I just have good old-fashioned PCOS and a couple of 3 other autoimmune things. But I am specifically seeing someone, not necessarily with a goiter, but I'm seeing the x-ray version of the thyroid underneath, very specifically. So what's happening is you are having some dysregulation because they're showing you the water retention, the weight, the up and down. And I know that if you were taking medicine for the steroids, what I'm channeling is that obviously steroids and such like that can have you have this weight fluctuation, but they're saying that there's a metaphysical association to the way that you are manifesting what's going on in your throat chakra. It's because you're not speaking. They had me touch my hair even as I was reading. The bottom of my hair, even though it's distorted by this light, is blue. It's like a royal blue. That blue has to do with the throat chakra. They said that you have work to do with clearing that, and then you're going to start to take your space. You're afraid to take up space. Taking up space, holding place. You've been holding place. You've been holding weight. You've been holding weight and the space for, and I promise y'all this is not my message, because again, been so many times checked regarding thyroid. That's not me. Someone here is holding space for a familial energy, or they're carrying the weight of a familiar energy, or there's an anchor to a familial energy that's making them not feel free. I'm also reading the smoke that's coming in front of me too, which is a thing that shamans do and high priestesses do, and all of these spiritual words, but it's something you can do too. And what I'm seeing here in the smoke specifically is that mushrooming effect. Something took over. And then now it's a pain in your neck or your back or your kidneys or your side. And you are loyal. So you've been along for the ride and you've been giving of yourself. But someone wants to control your release. Someone wants to control your peace. Someone wants you to be quiet and not speak. So someone doesn't really want you to speak up about whatever injustice this is. What goes on in the house is kept there, my good sis. That's what I just heard. This is old programming that you are unlearning, and it's unraveling from you. Someone here was raised in a Kojic family, Church of God in Christ. I don't know who that is, but someone was raised in a Kojic family, and that means that you don't speak about things that aren't fair to you. There's a lot of indoctrination. 4 square and 7 years ago. Connect 4, connect the dots. They're wanting you to connect the dots. Connect 4, forget me not. A guilt trip regarding a family connection is coming up here. Well, somebody here is taking too much responsibility for a family connection or a family financial weight, and they are saying that it's not deflection and it's not abdication of your throne. to set boundaries here. And they're saying if you don't, it will manifest in this diuretic effect. This is the kidneys again. So it's about release. You're holding on to this for somebody and it's calcifying. I think that's why they made a point to me, this kidney stone. So check in with your elderly and or middle-aged males regarding that very painful thing. That's what happens when we're not processing and we don't release and we don't speak our truth. It calcifies and it steals our youth. There's this beautiful veil that's coming through the smoke regarding you being so covered and so cloaked. You are to write a new script, is what I'm seeing. And for my old school folks, it's supposed to be in cursive because that's what I'm seeing. And I just heard forever. I just read forever in the smoke. Forever, forever young. They're asking you, that's beautiful. They're asking you to remember the dreams you had when you were young, when all of life held endless hope and fun, and to remember that it's not just gossamer threads and bobbly empties that are in your head. That's what I just heard. They said it's bigger than nebulous things that float in the ethers. You had a dream. But you've grown much meeker. So you're no longer speaking up for yourself. A lot of you guys, and the smoke has just fully died down. That was such a beautiful message inside of the smoke. You were supposed to do something, had an idea of something you were going to do, and it was very different from what you did. I'm going to get back to the candle. We still have a good bit left, but I got lost in the smoke for a while. And what they want you to know, they're saying these were the dreams you had as a child. Panda, 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 panda. I got bras in Atlanta. I'm channeling designer. I got bras in Atlanta. What is the Atlanta? Panda. Clinging to. Strong like bamboo. Spiritual family work to do. Things are clear. Things are fair. Black and white. Rarefied air. Do not underestimate. You are more than great. It's not just a cute thing to look at. It is as strong as a primate. That's what I'm channeling, guys. The animal totem is panda. I thought it was going to have to do with the dog. The dog is definitely about loyalty in relationships. So that's the metaphor there. Though there's, I think, a real fight happening between some pepperoonies. Or there's concern is what I'm hearing about where the animals are going to go or who they're going to go with. And I don't know. That feels like a split to me. Or the fear of that. But with the panda message, this is your animal totem. So look that up, okay? Because they said they're not for play. There's something about their strength that you need to know. I don't know it offhand, but they said you can Google it and maybe leave it below. 28 minutes on the clock when I said that. Look up angel number 2828. Mounds. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't, because sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Mounds. I can almost see it. That hill, or whatever she says, I'm climbing. You are supposed to keep striving. Plant your flag. You're at the top. It's not Mount Everest, but you're not supposed to stop. That's what I just channeled. That's interesting because I had a lot of Mount Everest stuff a couple months ago. Really interesting. And I think I just got it. I didn't understand why I was getting it, guys, but I understand what it is for you right now. It is lonely at the top. You will lose people on the way. Oh, fuck. This is not about mortality. Ooh, this is about the games people play. And if you are not prepared and secure, it doesn't matter how good of a climber you are. you will not ascend. They're referencing the Bible verse where God instructs Abraham to leave the asses at the foot of the hill, because where he was going to sacrifice Isaac was not a place that his other assistants and animals could go still. Go still. It's gone still. Stand still. Ghosted. Release. Ascend. Investigate through vetting and prayer, both foe and friend, because they can be inverse. And if you are not careful who you pick, you will inherit their karmic curse. Yikes. Because some people will push you off the mountain to get there first. That's why you have to be so careful as you are climbing these mounds and mountains. You are supposed to plant your flag. It is not Everest. It is not Everest, they say. So you are not to brag. The victory is not in the planting of the flag. The victory is in the survival. The air is back on. The candle locked up. The victory, and that is so powerful regarding what I'm saying to you. The victory is in the work that it took to get there, and the internal investigations and spiritual growth you had to do. They need you to be strong and resilient, like bamboo, like the bamboo that the panda clings to. It is both nourishment and a place to live. It's manna from heaven. It is what God does give for every creature and every human. Provision for you, for the thing that you're doing, comes effortlessly and is designed for you. You just have to be honorable with the work that you do. And that's what I have for you today. Candle had to go out. Oh my goodness. What did I pick up here? Let's see if this is meant to share. As I extinguish it, we got this beautiful thing here. So I'll finish up the reading with what I see in this. Maybe you guys can see a couple of things too. Take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Learn to live so free. I see a bird flying. I'm going to turn it. Maybe you can see. I also see a dragon in the year of the dragon. I see a beak. I see fire. I see breath. I see a signature. Someone's supposed to write something. What is that letter? It looks like an A in cursive. The panda's there as well. And Mickey too. There's a special club that you belong to. I was just channeling Mickey. MICKEYMOUSE. I'm also seeing the tortoise here. Not the hare, but the tortoise is here. Slow and steady wins the race. Please move at your guided pace, for you have work to do. Let no scorpion or any snake ride or beguile you. That's what I have for you guys today as you ascend your mountain climb. Thank you for indulging that. I hope you got something out of it. It was a little wild and woolly, very interesting. Nice interception with the incense. Thank you for inviting me in, guys. So good, as always, sharing energy with you. Come back and join me next time. We'll continue to evolve together.